This little event today marks the culmination of a huge amount of work by lots of our trustees, volunteers, and also some of Orkney's finest craft people who've come together to help us with these two projects. So it's really important that we want to just have a little something to mark this and make sure that it's noted. The pilgrim's table inside the cathedral, which we'll go to after this has been commissioned, the plaque here, it has on it certificates for those that have completed the route, and also there's a donations box. We've got prayer plaques for those who want to take a few moments of quiet in the cathedral somewhere and have a think about some of our themes like peace and forgiveness, the different themes for different sections of the walk. And so that's there, and it's great to have that up and running. And many of those who walk the St Magnus Way arrive at their final destination and find the cathedral closed. Maybe there's a service or a funeral or a wedding, or it's later in the evening, or there's a concert or something like that. So we felt it was important to have something outside the cathedral to mark the end, and we're delighted that we've got this plaque here too. So many people to thank for what's gone into all these. John Stockin has led the plaque project, and it's been a trial in some ways, but he's stuck with it, and I'm so grateful, John, for all that you've been doing there for us. That's really been fantastic. The graphics for this and for what's on the table and everything to do with St Magnus Way, down to Ian Ashman here, and we're so grateful to Ian. He's been a great friend to us at St Magnus Way, and we really appreciate his expertise and his wonderfully relaxed way of working with us. That's been a real pleasure and a privilege. We're very grateful to Andrew Stevenson and the folks at Historic Environment Scotland. They have done so much of the work on the plaque here, and also Jake Watson, who did the wonderful carving for the lettering, and also getting the position right for the bronze casting going in there. As for the pilgrim's table, some of the same folk involved again, Ian again with the graphics. Angus Thompson is around somewhere. Oh yes, he's got his foot on the corner. Yeah. Do have a look at the beautiful woodwork on the table, the donations box and the pilgrim's book. That's all Angus's work, and also the panels for the prayers too. Very grateful for all that. Perio did the sewing the tablecloth somewhere around, yes, and thank you. And Donna did an awful lot of the procurement and all the sort of behind the scenes work for getting all these things sorted. And as our treasurer, she's been absolutely wonderful. So great thanks there too. And then Jane is now maintaining our table in the cathedral and keeping it topped up with leaflets and things. So that's down to Jane. And we're also very grateful to Leader for the funding that came for a lot of the work on the table. That was European Union funding. So thanks to Boris, we won't be getting any more of that. So many people have given us their time and expertise to these two different projects. And I've possibly forgotten to mention somebody, and if I have, I apologise hugely, but all of the contributions to these two projects are very, very much appreciated, and I think they make really fine end pieces for the walk and improve the St Magnus Way experience, which is what we're all about. Now, as you can imagine, we're hugely dependent on volunteers for keeping the St Magnus Way up and running, and if anybody is at all interested in helping us in any way, then please do get in touch through the website. There's a contact, and we'd be delighted to hear from you. And that's kind of a little plug that I have to put in, because we are short on volunteers, and we just need them to keep the show on the road. So that's more than enough for me. I'm now going to hand over to Fran, who will do the official bit for the plaque.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I should say we're very grateful to Fran, the cathedral custodian, doing this, and also to Julia Mason, who stepped in at the last minute to do the pilgrim table here. Fran.
I'm being upstaged by dogs. It's usually cats, but it's dogs today. First of all, a big thank you to Stuart for saying all the things that needed to be said there, and also for asking me to do this, because whilst I've kind of, been aware of it and advised on a few things, it's really been everybody else who's done all the hard work. So it's really quite an honour to stand here and see this come to fruition. When the cathedral was started in 1137, it was built primarily for the glory of God, but it was also built to house the shrine of a saint, and ultimately two saints, and as such it was a site of pilgrimage. It was a major destination for travellers who went on a spiritual, a physical and a mental journey to get here. They came from all over Northern Europe, they came from Norway, they came from Scotland, they came from Ireland, they came from Denmark, they came from England, to come here to this cathedral and stand as you're standing now in front of it and be awe-inspired by this amazing building. And people would have gone in and they would have brought their troubles to Magnus, local people and visitors and people from far and wide, to cure their ills and to get wisdom and to just seek some sort of solace from having an interaction with their saints. And the whole of Kirkwall would have been really set up to serve those pilgrims. There would have been, places for them to stay with lodgings, there would have been ale houses and places for them to eat. There would have been guides who would have taken them around and told them all about the buildings and the history of the place. And there would have been people making souvenirs and selling them to all the visitors as well. So really, in medieval times, the pilgrimage was a really big thing, and it would have brought thousands and thousands of people here every year. Of course, as the years went on and feelings changed about saints and relics and pilgrimages and so on, unfortunately that side of the cathedral's history came to an end. But in 2017 we had this idea of celebrating the year of Magnus 900, when we thought it was 900 years since Magnus died, and it was on the back of that the St Magnus Way really came into being, through the dynamism and the vision of people like David McNeish. So as the years have gone by and we've had COVID and all the rest of it, it's so nice to see the St Magnus Way developing, and a little bit here and a bit there and another bit added on, and more things becoming available. And it's just absolutely wonderful that we have, I think, collectively managed to bring the spirit of pilgrimage back to Kirkwall and to St Magnus Cathedral. So I'm absolutely delighted. So once the cloth has come off this, I've got a little poem to read, which was written by David McNeish for this occasion, and then a little bit of water to sprinkle on, and then that'll be me done with this bit. So, gentlemen, you've got the feet on, so if you just want to lift your feet up, and we'll do this. There you go. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much indeed. So there's our beautiful plaque. Away for the photos. So yes, this poem was written by David, and yes, and certainly in the early days of the St Magnus Way, David was just the most inspiring and dynamic person to listen to about the idea of bringing back pilgrimage. So he's written this wee poem for us. The St Magnus Way Cathedral Stone. Here is a site for weary pilgrims, a place of welcome and of sanctuary, hewn from Ronald's firm intent to honour Magnus. This stone marks an ending, to be grieved as well as celebrated. Miles are over, conversations behind. It marks too a beginning, a future maybe wept for as well as cheered. Choices and consequences only partly glimpsed. The path of peace was never smooth, take it. The path of peace is never easy, walk it. The path of peace will never be simply won, share it. The path of peace ends and then begins on stones like these. Just to finish off, a beautiful jug created by Andrew Appleby with the St Magnus Way on it, logo on it. filled with precious water from Man's Well in Bercy, which was the holy well associated with St Magnus. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of this on it, and then that's done. All right, so here's to St Magnus, here's to pilgrimage, and here's to the St Magnus.
We'll move now inside the cathedral and gather around the pilgrim's table.
Morning, Betsy. How are you?